Holding 3 Hell in a Cell matches in a single night runs the risk of making one of the most iconic matches in all of WWE feel stale by the end of a show. At Sunday's 2020 WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, the company avoided falling into that trap by holding 3 matches that were drastically different despite taking place inside the same structure. Roman Reigns vs. Jey Uso was presented as almost pure melodrama, with the two men talking through the entire match and building to a moment that leaned heavier on the entertainment portion of sports entertainment. By contrast, Sasha Banks vs. Bayley was an all-out plunder brawl, with both women using weapons and high-spot-driven offense to create a pure spectacle. Somewhere in between was the night's main event of Drew McIntyre vs. Randy Orton, which felt the most like the standard Hell in a Cell match, leaning into raw physicality and an iconic crash spot off the side of the cell and through an announce table. By mixing up the presentation of those 3 matches, WWE delivered a high-quality show that didn't fall into a pit of repetition and wear out the welcome of the demonic structure that is Hell in a Cell. In that respect, it's hard to consider the event anything less than a success. And, with a pair of big title changes across those 3 matches, the landscape of WWE will look significantly different as the road to WrestleMania inches ever closer. CBS Sports was with you the whole way through the event, providing updates and highlights as the action went down from the ThunderDome inside Orlando's Amway Center. Read on for the complete breakdown and grades for all the Hell in a Cell action. 24/7 Championship, R-Truth C vs. Drew Gulak. Gulak opened the show by pretending to speak with, and then punt, Little Jimmy, leading Truth to explode early. Truth ran through his John Cena tribute spot for a near fall before Gulak tried to turn things into a straight wrestling match. Unfortunately for Gulak, Truth was able to reverse a chain of pinfall attempts to score the win and retain his title. Akira, Tozawa and Lucha House Party ran out after the match and chased off Truth. Standard kickoff show stuff here that felt more like filler than anything. R-Truth def. Gulak to retain the title. Grade, CUniversal Championship, Roman Reigns C vs. Jey Uso Hell in a Cell, I Quit match. After early dominance from Reigns, Uso made his first big comeback, hitting a pair of suicide dives and driving Reigns into the cage. Reigns would respond by hitting his first spear of the match, telling Uso that he would regret it in 5 minutes if he didn't quit the match right then. Uso, of course, did not quit, and his next comeback attempt was cut short by another Reigns spear. Uso hit a superkick and an Uso Splash, but Reigns refused to quit after. Uso followed with another splash, but Reigns responded by saying, "The head of the table never quits."